I am here with Jessica Meets, author of Shadows of Tomorrow. Jessica is about to release the sequel to this book, and today we're here with her to talk about it. So Jessica, can you tell us about the title and the new book?
So the new title is Between Yesterdays. So it's a continuation of the story that was begun in Shadows of Tomorrow, all about the idea of parallel worlds, alternate timelines, creatures coming through from different dimensions. And within Between Yesterdays, as the name implied, there's also a little bit of a time travel element. So with these crisscrossing of timelines, the idea of what happens when you go back on your own past. So one of the main characters is in fact a time traveller, and it's quite interesting to see her dealing with people that she grew up with who now don't know who she is because of the ages. And also there's quite a lot of fun with that idea, but also the concept of what advice would you give your younger self if you were to go back and see yourself as a tiny child. What would you say to that? So there is a moment where this character is actually talking to her younger self, and it's quite interesting. And the idea of there being things that you can't change in your past and things that you could change, and the difficult decisions of when you know what might happen, how would that change how you act?
One thing I've noticed from reading your books is that you always have an element of personal experience in them. So, for example, the first time I read The Child of the Hive, I was really fascinated by the mathematics in it. And I know that that is also your field. So tell us a little bit about that.
So yes, The Child of the Hive, there was a lot around maths and computing, which was what my degree was in, and actually a lot of the ideas for the technology came while I was at university, looking at things that are in development now or being researched now, and thinking, well, where that might lead in a few years. With Shadows of Tomorrow and Between Yesterdays, it's a little bit different. I have to admit, I've never personally travelled in time, but some of the elements around the martial arts I brought in. I've done several years of Kung Fu, not so much that I'd want to try fighting for my life against hideous monsters, but enough that I can take elements of the training, some of the skills that I've learnt in martial arts, and weave that into the story of the book, because you've got these people who are professional fighters. It is their job to go out and fight these creatures from other timelines. So taking a lot of the training and trying to make it seem as plausible as possible given the concept of the story.
Yeah, given the monsters. Yes. Yeah. Now Jessica is also going to give us several giveaways. So would you tell us a little bit about those as well, please?
Okay. So the first giveaway is actually a signed copy of the book. So Shadows of Tomorrow. So this should whet your appetite, and hopefully by the time you've read it, we should be a little bit closer to the launch date of Between Yesterdays.
Excellent.
I've also got a couple of prints. So one of the things that I'm showing at this convention are these limited edition prints. So artist works of scenes within the books, things inspired by the book. So each of them comes with a little quote on the back taken from the book. And the martial arts one is one of my favourites because actually it's from a photo of me.
All right.
I have to say the artist did put me on a diet. I think I'm about 5 stone lighter in the artistic picture. And unfortunately, I'm also the one being kicked in the head.
Okay. Well.
And we also, so that's a quote taken from Shadows of Tomorrow. But we also have the reproachful rats. So the quote is, "The little rats seemed to look reproachfully as the group walked in." So this is from the new book.
Perfect.
So, and the other thing I have is I've been doing these little portal necklaces. So the method of travel within the stories is these portals, and there are different colours. So we've got the gold, which is the travel between different timelines, the red and the blue, which are time travel in different directions, and the rainbow portal, which is the one I'm giving away. I will leave you to read the book to find the significance of.
That is very, very well done. They're actually really, really pretty. Thank you so much for talking to us, and we wish you all the best with the release of the new book. I am Francesca Barbini from the Sci-Fi and Fantasy Network.